Brighter, ladies, brighter feet.
Sluggy there.
Well, we're rehearsing George Balanchine's Allegro Brilliant. What George Balanchine said was that it's everything he knew about ballet in 15 minutes. After learning it, I can definitely understand where he's coming from. It's a really intense piece of work. It's really quite a challenge. It's a lot more fluid, it's a lot more off your center, it's faster.
We're in our second month of rehearsals with the Allegro Brilliant Balanchine piece. After we put it all together, we started building up our stamina and being able to run the piece. It's a very difficult piece, stamina-wise.
Just don't get too high there, Olivia, on the lift.
Well, Allegro Brilliant is,
Better there.
by virtue of its title, it's a brilliant piece. And Allegro in music terms means fast. And indeed, much of it is fast. Our dancers have to train for it as though they were training for an athletic event. It's akin to running a small marathon, and to be able to survive it requires building up to it.
Brighter, ladies, brighter feet.
Sluggy there.
It's a great tool for them to learn how meticulous you have to be with technique within a ballet such as this, within a Balanchine ballet. So what you're seeing is our running rehearsal, giving notes.
Really cross there, really cross and cross.
Work on this, turn out this, face this way, try and work on this line, things like that. Okay, but make sure that there's some épaulement there. So you're going here, moving them along, shuttling them along to the performance, to the actual goal of the performance.
Give yourself the time in plie,
And
Olivia.
Step, yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're doing a good job of calculating how you can get up on your hip there. Get
And
up. There you go.
And get to passe right away.
Let's try this one now.
And passe.
Sometimes we're told that we look, a little stern or too much in our heads thinking about what we're doing because it is so difficult, but we have to learn to make it look easy.
Up and put her down nicely, and we should be looking pleasant there, not, not, oh my gosh, I'm coming down.
That's good.
Yeah, just.
Balanchine, he comes from an imperialistic Russian background. He grew up in the Mariinsky Theater, but then he was influenced when he started choreographing early on in the avant-garde of Western Europe, and then when he came to America, he was really drawn to the athleticism and the speed and the energy and the dynamics, and that's what really shaped his choreography. And to understand his background and to bring everything he knew about ballet in 15 minutes, to bring that to these kids and really talk from a point of really understanding that is kind of what we're doing now.
That legacy is almighty inspiring, if not daunting. And they take it so seriously, and from day one, when they begin learning the repertoire, their eyes are wide open and they are sponging it up and soaking it up and being groomed and mentored in the style.
It needs just a little brighter. Bump, 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 bump. Front leg, and bump, 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 and soft, and soft. And it gets later and later and later and later. Yeah, so.
The Balanchine style is something that is so distinctive, you can't just begin teaching steps, you have to teach his way of moving, which again requires different sensibilities.
Balanchine, it's a style that is bigger and it has that more fluid movement and it's more off the center, and so when you have a more versatile training, especially that they offer here at the University of Arizona, that jazz training, it really helps kind of incorporate that off-center movement and that off-balance movement to get you to do that deeper lunge and that bigger épaulement and everything like that, because you have that sharper jazz training incorporated with that ballet technique, and it really kind of helps you fuse and make a hybrid of sort of both to make such a great work like this.
All of the styles feed into each other in some way or another. So with the Balanchine piece, there are a lot of really quick, fast footwork that we need, which jazz helps with because the dynamics are different from a very legato, slow ballet type feel that a lot of people think of when they think of ballet. And Bringing modern into it, the more grounded you can be in preparations for jumps and helping you shift your weight from one place to another. All dance forms are very similar in that regard.
That's it. This is your plie, Gretchen. Down, down. There you go. Down, up.
But then you learn how to use the breath. In modern, a lot of times we use our breath, and you learn where to use it to initiate the movement.
The art form has placed some very rigorous demands on us, and our joints and our muscles are challenged every single day. If we look at what our dancers do, they have unique challenges because they are performing what we demand of them in dance, but then they're also having to go to school.
Being a normal student has its challenges on top of the physical demands of this program. We go from a ballet class, a jazz class, into running to math class and learning and studying as much as you can, then coming back and rehearsing all night long. It's a challenge for our minds to be able to shift from one thing to the other.
It's hard to strike any kind of exact balance because you're always going. Thanks. In between rehearsals, napping as much as possible. I mean,
en classe avec les autres.
a balance I don't think is really possible in an environment like this, but staying happy and staying positive and continuously realizing how lucky you are to be enrolled in a program where you're getting trained like this, where you're getting an education.
Je faisais.
I mean, they're basically getting a liberal arts education within a research institution, which I think is pretty incredible. They're busy from morning to night here, and they work very hard to keep up with all of this. And I have to say, they seem to be managing it much better than I did at their age, so I guess that's good for them.
If I was doing it, I would go and I would go and step, step.
They are part of history. They know the heritage of these works. They know the importance of what it is to set foot on the stage, to learn one of these historic works.
Just a position as simple as Susu. It's not this, it's got to be crossed. And how you present your foot out of something, how you present your hand to the woman as you walk. I mean, that is the art of ballet, and for them to be able to experience this at a young age is incredible for them.
The piece is always getting better and better and enriching further. It's always a process of growth and of attempting perfection, even though it's impossible, but we're gonna get as close as possible.
A little faster spot, Bridget.